Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a U.S. Marine aircraft went down Sunday during a military exercise in Australia. It's confirmed the crash was fatal. We have more. And authorities believe a shooting at a Jacksonville, Florida Dollar General was racially motivated. The gunman's identity released, and now police are zeroing in on his motive. We're learning more. Turning now to the Crossroads, two suspects in an attempted burglary got away from police after a chase and bailout Sunday morning. There's no doubt police weren't chasing the right people after what they found inside of their vehicle.
Let's take a look on the outside. Of course, we have heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in effect for the day today, starting at 12 noon. Another hot day in store, but could there be rain chances? It looks like that could be the case. We'll give you the details coming up on the full forecast.
Houston Texans have officially named its Week 1 starter. Find out who coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
I'm Trey Mining.
And today it's the 28th day of August 2023. The time is now 6:30 on your Monday morning. And today it's time to take a little bit of time to remember those beloved pets that have gone to doggy or kitty heaven because it's a Rainbow Bridge Day. So
it's amazing how our pets become a part of our family, and we love them so much, become really attached to them.
Oh yeah, I know Spartacus and I were totally bonded, and I'm cherishing every single day I have with him. I know it's not forever.
That's very true. We don't take it for granted. Of course, all the
time lots of portraits
is very important.
All right, Trey. Well, let's take a look at the forecast. We're looking probably at some more heat.
Let me think about it. More heat? Yes, more heat, definitely.
I see that pink there. It's not pink for Barbie. It's pink for hot.
Pink for H-E-A-T, definitely on that one. And you're used to this by now. We had it pretty much every day. We'll continue to be that way. We have the heat advisories that will go into effect at 12 noon for Victoria County and all the counties you see there in the pink. Then the darker pink color, I guess you could call it that, or the hot pink color there, that's Jackson County, Wharton County, and also Matagorda County have a heat warning, excessive heat warnings in effect for that area there. Everywhere you see in the Crossroads region, whether you're in the area or not, we'll have heat index values above 105 to 109, more than likely by the afternoon time, so be careful out there. Wait till about after 7 or so in the evening to go out and do the outdoor activities if you have anything planned out there. 79 degrees, holding on that number here in Victoria. 10-mile visibilities, no fog out there to worry about. With the winds kind of variable, more northerly as we work toward the afternoon hours, especially as the weak front comes down and pretty much stays in the Crossroads region for the day today. It could be just enough of a lifting mechanism to give us some rain chances and thunderstorms in our region for you day today. Currently nothing on the radar as we speak. Zooming on out even more, some precipitation way out there in western Texas, now in the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is going to be quite busy next couple of days. We have a storm headed toward the Gulf, of course. We have a weak front moving through our region coming up later on today, with some scattered thunderstorms in our forecast area. Replace that by high pressure that ensures that the storm stays to our east and moves toward Florida. But what's the future on that and the rain chance for us? Any more rain chances during the week? We'll try to find some later on in the full forecast to come. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. 3 U.S. Marines were killed in an aircraft crash off the coast of Australia Sunday. A total of 23 Marines were on board the Osprey aircraft when it went down on Melville Island just after 9 a.m. Authorities say they were flying in support of a routine training exercise, Exercise Predators Run, and that no Australian personnel were involved in the crash. 5 other Marines were transported to the Royal Darwin Hospital in serious conditions, and recovery efforts are ongoing. The cause of the incident is under investigation. The white gunman that shot and killed 3 black people in what is believed to be a racially motivated attack at a Jacksonville, Florida Dollar General store on Saturday is now publicly identified. Authorities say 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmeter had no criminal history and legally purchased 2 firearms earlier this year. Sheriff T.K. Waters says there were no prior indications that Palmeter should not have owned a gun, although in 2017 he was held under the Baker Act, which imposes a temporary detention for a mental health examination. Now to South Carolina and the investigation into the deadly shooting of a college student who had just returned to campus. Police say in the middle of the night he tried to enter a home and got the wrong address.
The family of 20-year-old Nicholas Anthony D'Onofrio, a University of South Carolina junior, shot and killed after he apparently tried to enter the wrong house, is heartbroken. releasing a statement saying, "We are very proud of Nick. He was the son every parent would wish for. He was funny, smart, and compassionate, and loved life."
South Holly Street. Called to the subject, working the door.
Authorities say just before 2 a.m. Saturday, they got a call about a reported home burglary in the southeast section of Columbia, just 2 miles from the university. That call was quickly upgraded to shots fired. D'Onofrio found by first responders on the front porch, shot in the upper body on the same street where he lived in an off-campus frat house. D'Onofrio, originally from Connecticut, died at the scene.
I feel personally that there was many things that could have been done besides firing shots.
It's a similar case to another shooting 4 months ago in Kansas City, where teenager Ralph Yarl was shot but survived after going to the wrong house to pick up his siblings. The suspected shooter, homeowner Andrew Lester, was charged with felony assault and armed criminal action. He's pleaded not guilty and is out on $200,000 bond. As for the case in South Carolina, police have so far not released the name of the shooter, nor have they filed any charges. D'Onofrio's father says he moved his son into his frat house just last week before his son started his junior year. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
3 people suspected in an attempted burglary took area law enforcement agencies on a chase Sunday morning. That chase ended in a bailout, and at last check, 2 of the passengers were still at large. It all started with a call to Grenada police about several people attempting to burglarize a business. Police say they were responding to the call in the 1000 block of South 3rd Street when they came across a suspicious vehicle near the scene. Police say they attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver took off. The vehicle was spiked and eventually wrecked out on FM 2982. The passengers then got out and ran, but authorities say they were able to catch up with the driver. Ralph Rosas Jr. of Victoria was taken into custody. Police say ski masks, walkie-talkies, and other items associated with the burglary were found inside of the vehicle. Rosas facing multiple charges this morning, including evading arrest and possession of criminal instruments. Police say more charges are pending. A disturbance broke out at a Jack in the Box on Navarro over the weekend. VPD says the trouble started sometime before 10 p.m. Saturday and that 2 people were involved. What we know right now is that the arrests were made that night, but it's unclear if both people in the disturbance were arrested. VPD says the arrests were made for other charges unrelated to the incident. NASA's SpaceX Crew 7 mission docked at the International Space Station Sunday morning. The docking marked the end of a nearly 30-hour journey for the Dragon capsule Endurance. The spacecraft hatch was opened just before 11 a.m. shortly after the station crew opened the hatch between the space station and the pressurized mating adapter. Now, the international 4-person crew made up of NASA astronaut Jasmine Mokbeli, ESA astronaut Andreas Mogensen, Jaha astronaut Satoshi Furukawa, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Konstantin Borisov will begin their 6-month-long stay at the space station alongside the Expedition 69 crew. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now just about 6:38 on your Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A large grass fire spread rapidly yesterday in Jackson County.
A U.S. military helicopter crashed on an island north of Australia. Micah Jachi reporting in Washington. Coming up, the urgent investigation into how this incident happened.
Take a look at the school bus forecast. Kiddos headed to school. Dress cool for school. Temperatures at bus stops in the low 80s. Returning home, might be under rain shower thunderstorm. Potentially be prepared for that. Otherwise, hot temperatures 101 at the bus stops coming up by 3:30 in the afternoon. Be careful out there and stay safe. What about your forecast the rest of the day and the rest of the week? We'll take a look coming up. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Trey Mining here. It's exactly 6:40 on the clock, and the tropics are now active. We knew it would be. Been quiet for a pretty good amount of time, and now it's beginning to heat up. We have Franklin out there in the area in the Atlantic Ocean, just to the east of the Bahamas, moving out the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean, so it's not really a concern. We'll keep watching it though. But we have Idalia, which is a tropical storm, more than likely to become a hurricane as it enters the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico waters are extremely warm, well above 80 degrees, probably more like near 90 degrees or higher. So a lot of fuel to work with out here as it continues to move toward the north. High pressure ridging into our region will keep the storm well to our east, probably making landfall by about Wednesday or so, somewhere in the Big Bend, Florida, north of Tampa to about Tallahassee or so. We'll keep watching it, but it looks like we're pretty confident it's going to take that path toward the northern parts of the state of Florida. Hopefully missing the areas of South Florida, south of Tampa that were impacted by Ian last year. But more than likely getting folks ready, and will be the protocol up there in northern parts of the state of Florida once again. We'll keep watching the tropics as we go throughout the next couple of months until the end of the hurricane season. For us here, more heat. We'll take a look at that and the rain chances a little bit later on in the full forecast. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. The Houston Texans win its final preseason game and a new era has begun. Sports reporter Zach Brown has the scoop.
With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown. The Houston Texans beat the Saints in New Orleans 17-13, but take a look at this throw from second overall pick C.J. Stroud. It fell incomplete, just phenomenal defense, but this throw could not be better. The two later on in this drive would connect for a touchdown. The Texans obviously liked what they saw. They pulled him from the game, and it's been named officially that C.J. Stroud will be the starter come week 1 when they hit the road in Baltimore. Well, I think everyone was sad when Neville's ride came to an end, but hey, at least they lost to the champs. California's Louis Lappy walks it off in the Little League World Series. The Californians representing the U.S. getting the better of Curacao 6-5 with a big bat flip to go along with it. And it's the start of a new week on to week 2 for Texas high school football. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus. Before this latest incident on Sunday, there have been a total of 5 crashes of Marine Ospreys since 2012, causing a total of 16 deaths. We're learning more about the latest Ospreys crash this morning.
This morning, an urgent investigation is underway into what caused a United States Marine Corps aircraft with 23 Marines on board to crash on a North Australian island Sunday morning, killing at least 3 soldiers and critically injuring at least 5 others during a training exercise.
Our focus as a government and as the Department of Defence is very much on incident response and on making sure that every support and assistance is given at this difficult time.
President Biden responding in a statement, writing, "Jill and I send our deepest condolences to the families of the Marines who lost their lives in this deadly crash. We are praying for those who also suffered injuries." It was a multinational training exercise, but only American troops were involved in the crash. Australian Emergency Services assisting with the recovery efforts. Paramedics seen loading injured U.S. soldiers into the back of ambulances, evacuating the injured from the island to a hospital on the mainland city of Darwin, about 50 miles away.
A number of investigations will be triggered with an accident of this kind. I mean, the Osprey is a very unique aircraft.
The Osprey is a hybrid aircraft that takes off and lands like a helicopter, but during flight can rotate its propellers forward and cruise much faster like an airplane. But the aircraft has a patchy track record. 16 people have died in 5 other crashes involving the military aircraft since 2012, including 2 in this fiery crash in Hawaii in 2015. Now, according to that report, there have been 16 similar clutch problems with the Marine Ospreys in flight since 2012, but no problems have been found since this February when the Marine Corps began replacing a piece of equipment on the aircraft. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
A large grass fire spread rapidly yesterday in Jackson County. Authorities say the fire broke out in the area of PR 4261 near Lolita. It's estimated that about 30 acres burned. 2 residents were evacuated out of precaution. Authorities say no one was hurt. The time is now 6:45 on your Monday morning. Still to come, The Food and Drug Administration warning people not to use certain types of eye drops. Okay, time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Avery. Happy birthday to the chicken patty thief. We hope you have a great one. You deserve it. From Alex, Oliver, Pretzel, and the whole family.
Happy birthday to JJ. Love, your Annie and cousins Ellie and Faith. We hope you have a blessed day.
And happy birthday to Tucker. Many more happy and blessed birthdays.
And happy birthday also to Gio. Love for your Annie and cousins Ellie and Faith. We love you and hope you have a blessed day.
And actress Jennifer Coolidge of The White Lotus. And don't forget Legally Blonde. She turns 62 years young today. Happy birthday, Queen.
And to see your birthday wish live. At 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More Under Home. You'll see there the KVU Submit Your Birthday.
The time is now 6:46 on your Monday morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
And good morning, meteorologist Trey Martin here, dealing with temperatures, of course, on the warm and humid side already. Getting started for the day, temperatures in the 70s pretty much everywhere you go. 80s along the immediate coast where it's typically warmer, and certainly that's the case this morning. As we go throughout the day, heat index value will be rising rapidly, above 100 degrees by lunchtime hour 12 noon, 105 to 107 to 108 coming up by the afternoon hours, late afternoon to the early evening hours by 6 o'clock or so. And then beginning to become a little more favorable for temperatures coming up about 7 p.m. in this evening. So wait till then you have the outdoor activities you need to have done. It will be the best, a little more tolerable temperatures by that time. And in addition to that, we have partly cloudy skies throughout the day today. dry this morning. A weak front gets closer to us and actually moves into the crossroads with maybe just enough of a lifting mechanism to get a rain shower or storm going, maybe 2 or 3 around the crossroads area coming up later on this evening. The models kind of agree with that, still continuing to kind of hint at some rain shower activity toward the latter half of the day. So we'll definitely keep that in mind. Definitely going to be hot as the main weather story yet again. 102 heat index value, 105 or higher coming up over the afternoon hours, partly cloudy skies. Scattered storm possible throughout the day. Overnight lows will be in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies. Maybe some lingering showers in the area. And then for your day tomorrow, Tuesday, 100 degrees, partly cloudy skies keeping it hot. Extended forecast for us. Temperatures triple digits as always. Maybe some upper 90s by the weekend. Lows in the 70s with dry conditions.
The Food and Drug Administration is warning people not to use certain types of eye drops. The agency says it has recalled Dr. Bernie's MSM Drops 5% solution and Light Eyes MSN eye drops over contamination issues. The FDA says the eye drops could contain potential bacteria, contamination, fungal contamination, or both. The warning says users could develop a minor to serious vision-threatening infection, which could possibly progress to a life-threatening infection. For more information about the recall, visit fda.gov. That leads us to your viewer poll. Scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We ask you, do you use eye drops? Okay, let's take a look. 56% of you say yes. You better check that brand name and make sure it's not part of the recall. And 44% of you say no, you do not. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. The Polk County Sheriff's Office investigating a double murder. Authorities have released images of the woman, 43-year-old Brandy Hutchins, who is believed to have killed her 2 children in Polk County, Florida. The Polk County Sheriff's Office is investigating a double murder after they believe Hutchins killed her 19-year-old daughter and 10-year-old son following a custody dispute with the boy's father. A judge issued an order directing Hutchins to turn over her 10-year-old son to a Polk County Sheriff's Office district station by 6 p.m. Friday, but she never did. Deputies worked through the weekend trying to locate the 10-year-old boy, but authorities were met with a horrific discovery Sunday afternoon. Authorities say Hutchins had no criminal history and there were no indications of threats of violence in court records. The Polk County Sheriff's Office will continue to investigate this double murder-suicide. One person is dead after a shooting at a mall in Columbus, Ohio. This happened at the Easton Town Center Sunday evening. There are reports the victim is a teenage boy. The Columbus Dispatch reports a police officer was working at the mall and found the victim within 60 seconds of the shooting. That officer tried to help the victim until paramedics arrived. The victim later died at a hospital. Police say this was an isolated incident. They are still looking for the person responsible. A fight involving teens at a South Center mall in Washington provoked a large police response on Sunday evening. Authorities arrived on the scene around 6 p.m. after receiving reports of gunshots. The mall went on lockdown shortly after. They soon determined that the reports of gunfire were false and that nobody was hurt. Police learned that a fight in the vicinity of the mall involving juveniles had taken place. They did not specify the ages of those involved. One male juvenile detained at the scene was in possession of a firearm. A volunteer coach for a high school football team in Atlanta is facing charges after video surfaced showing him punching a player during a game on Saturday. Police have not revealed the coach's name. He was on the sidelines for Mays High School. The video shows the coach yelling at his player during the first quarter of the game and then punching the player in the stomach. Police say the coach was removed from the field shortly after the incident. He faces a battery charge and administrative discipline from Atlanta Public Schools. Several gas stations in Southwest Florida impacted by fuel contamination as many head to the pumps ahead of a tropical storm. Multiple gas stations across Florida's Gulf Coast, including several in the Tampa area, impacted. The gas stations involved were asked to stop selling gasoline until the fuel is replaced and the tanks cleaned. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services says the contamination involved a human error at the port of Tampa that contaminated fuel for gas stations supplied by Citgo with diesel. They say any fuel purchased at those gas stations Saturday after 10 a.m. could likely be contaminated with diesel fuel. Victoria County Commissioners meet today at 10 a.m. at the Victoria County Courthouse. We have some items from the agenda. They'll hear an operation update regarding the Victoria Regional Airport, and they'll also discuss and consider approval of the Victoria County's reduced and no-cost gym benefit policy. Virtual meeting options are available if you cannot attend today's meeting in person. A new state law goes into effect September 1. And it'll require electric vehicle owners to pay an additional $200 fee each year when they register a vehicle or renew their registration. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. All right, and let's take a look at our forecast with Trey.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carolina. Let's take a look at the forecast temperatures throughout the day. Of course, heat's going to be the big issue as you work throughout the rest of the day. 95-degree feel-like temperature coming up by the lunchtime hour. 100 degrees by the afternoon as well. 105 to 109 heat index value coming up running through about 6 p.m. or so. So be careful out there. Heat advisory is going to affect at 12 noon throughout the entire Crossroads region. A weak front gets closer to us and moves on through. No precipitation expected for the morning hours, but late in the day, afternoon, evening hours, there could be just enough lift in the atmosphere for a possible rain shower or storm as we work throughout the rest of the time period. The model's kind of hinting at that by about the 5 p.m. hour. So keep that umbrella handy. Not anything too widespread or too severe or anything of that nature, but there could be a few around. And all the rain we can get, we certainly will be in need of that, and thankful for that. 102 will be the air temperature. That's what the thermometer reads. Heat index value approaching 105 to 109 coming up by the afternoon, including the city of Victoria and that. Partly cloudy skies, scattered rain shower here and there. And overnight lows be in the upper 70s, of course, once again, with partly cloudy skies. And then for your day tomorrow, keeping the temperatures about the same, but drier conditions, hot temperatures, of course, obviously. This will take us through the rest of the time period throughout your day today, through the rest of the week into the weekend, with highs near 100 degrees each day, lows in the 70s. Know your heat safety tips and use them, of course. Be safe out there, and watch out for others that may be getting overheated. Make sure everyone is safe as you go throughout the rest of the day today through the rest of the week. Maybe a few scattered rain showers this afternoon as the weak front moves on through. Make it a great day today, and stay cool, Carolina.
All right, thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful start to your week. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join James, Dawn, Matt, Karina, and Gina today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. And don't forget, it's bow tie day. Don't forget that bow tie.